You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
It's the dawn of a new season for the Ball State Cardinals, but we can't start the season without the first pitch dinner. We're here at the Alumni Center here at Ball State University's campus. I'm Roen, Elbert, joined by Dylan Budd for what should be a great time to kick off Ball State's 2026 baseball season.
Absolutely, Roen. I'm really excited for this, and you can tell the players have been waiting for this. It's been marked on their calendars for a long time, and certainly Coach Maloney as well, welcoming us with open arms to do something like this, and we couldn't be happier to do it.
It's certainly been marked on our calendars, but let's start off a little bit just talking about last season for this Ball State team. They go 36-22, their sixth straight year with over 35 wins. A remarkable year, 21-9 in MAC play, third in that conference. They fall in the MAC tournament to Toledo. A lot of positives from last season. What really stood out to you?
Well, they started off hot when it really mattered in conference play. They began those games with a 5-0 record, and then mixed in there was this little game against Purdue-Fort Wayne that gave Coach Maloney his 1,000th win. But the biggest thing that really strikes out to me is the offensive production all season long. There were 17 games with 10 or more runs scored. They only were shut out twice all year, and per game averaging 7.6 runs, led the MAC in homers as well.
Unreal what this team was able to do. Even though falling in the MAC tournament, you go back to that Purdue-Fort Wayne matchup, Rich Maloney's 1,000th win. That's something that we're going to talk about in this show and for years to come. What an incredible moment that was.
Certainly, and it's just gone to show the presence that he's had at the mid-major level, not just in this past year, but in all of the years of his tenure. Just such a prestigious name in college baseball as a whole, and not just at the mid-major level.
Yeah, because he'd go with his time at Michigan as well. There are so many things, so many aspects of his career. We could go on and on about what Rich Maloney's been able to do. We'd be here all night. But let's go into just last year, the key players that this team had that a lot of them no longer with the team. Some names that really stick out: Dylan Grego, drafted by the San Diego Padres; Jacob Hartlub, drafted by the Tampa Bay Rays. There are a lot of guys that stick out, around 22 losses on this team. But Dylan, who are some other guys that really stand out to you?
Well, when you go past the obvious names of Dylan Grego and Jacob Hartlub, there's two that really stick out to me. And the first is Blake Beavis. He's got experience in the infield at first. He has time in the outfield. He even pitched for an inning and a third this past season, an ERA of 0 in that inning and a third. Went to Mississippi State in the offseason. He's going to be a highly touted prospect, I'm sure. Really just crushed it all year. Technically is on an 11-game hitting streak, so he could keep that going if he starts with a bang over there. I mean, sad to see him go, but we certainly wish him all the best.
Oh, of course. I mean, yeah, when you have an opportunity like that to play for one of the best programs in the SEC. But think about it this way. The entire top 4 in batting average last season for Ball State have either graduated, transferred, been drafted, whatever the case may be, which is interesting. What do you think that leads to for this year with a lot of new guys kind of forced to take on a bigger role?
Well, that's a great point, and it's another reason why the offense was so good, because when in doubt, no matter what spot you are in your lineup, there's a hitter that's got a lot of pop in their bat and really can contribute in a meaningful way. And in turn, the other guy that's such a big loss is Garrett Arnold. He was a mainstay at backstop last year, just a one-year wonder, and he now graduated. But the biggest thing that strikes out to me, no pun intended, he only had 16 on the year in 158 at-bats. His plate control and vision was unheard of at this level.
Yeah, and it's not just what you see with the bat as well. It was also the framing, too. And that was really elite as well. That's something that you just don't see on a stat sheet for a catcher, but it's obviously worth noting.
Well, we talked about the potent offense that this team had, but they also led the MAC in fielding percentage. And Garrett Arnold did a great job of framing pitches and being able to teeter some calls the way that Ball State would really want. And, you know, it was just such a well-rounded team. And looking back, it's easy to miss a group like that. But now you've got a turnover, like you said, 22 losses. it's going to be a difficult offseason to try and replicate that talent and that contribution that you had last year. And we got some guys that we're pretty excited about, so we'll see if they do just that.
Yeah, if a few guys definitely come to mind. Let's start with one guy that he'll be joining us later on this show, first baseman Jacob Gillis.
Absolutely. Another one of those community college transfers. The Canadian had a batting average of 388 and OPS at 1066.
Wow.
And did an excellent job on that corner infield spot at Bossier Parish. And, you know, when you lose the presences like Blake Beavis, as we mentioned before, you need somebody to defend first, and Gillis is going to be a perfect replacement.
Yeah, because it's not just Blake Beavis even. There were times where you'd move Beavis to the outfield. You'd have Ty Davis in that first base spot or vice versa. So that's a big gaping hole for this Ball State team. And to fill that with Jacob Gillis, that's a guy that high expectations for him going into this year. But as we've seen before, the coaching staff and really the fans as a whole, from what I've seen, have a lot of faith in him.
Certainly. And, you know, I do have to touch back on Ty Davis because you said that he had moved over to first base at times. We saw him DH for much of the year, at least last season. Then you've got guys like Nick Hukoski, who graduated as well. There's a lot of versatility on this squad. There's really a great opportunity for Coach Maloney to kind of plug and play pieces and know he's set no matter where he goes. And the way that this transfer and freshman class comes in, it seems like he has another year of being able to do just that.
Another guy I want to touch on, Dylan. It's actually funny. I just ran into him on my way in here, met him for the first time, an outfielder from Jacksonville State, the junior. How about Charlie Keller?
Well, he redshirted at Jacksonville State, so is a redshirt junior. And, you know, we want to talk about OPS and how good Gillis was as well. Keller's right there with him with 1044, and that's no easy feat. I mean, considering the averages, you know, low 800, maybe mid 800 at best, and when you've got over that moniker, it's hard to do in and of itself. Nonetheless, a whole number attached to it first, and Keller's another guy that can do just that. He started from a community college, and all of the talent at JUCOs and community colleges is really being shown by this transfer class.
Yeah, it's crazy. You see it all the time where guys make that jump, and a lot of the time it's a seamless jump. How do you think guys are able to prepare for that?
Well, just when it's the community college level or junior college level, whatever you might want to call it, it's still a good simulation for Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA, whatever it might be, because at its essence, it's still baseball. Now, a fastball down and away might be 95 rather than 89, but it's still it's just that at its essence, it's still baseball. It might just be a tick faster at a higher level.
Yeah, who are some other guys, Dylan, that you think could make a big impact that are new to this 2026 team?
Well, there's another guy from Bossier Parish Community College that really caught my eye, Xander Bretza, big-time reliever with 34 1/3 innings pitched, 4-2, 5 saves. Potentially he was a setup man in his time, but spent some time at UNLV before. He has some Division I experience. In those 34 innings, 49 strikeouts, a positive ratio, 5.5 ERA, a nice little number for a reliever, and then a 1.43 whip. He's shown some promise and potentially a pipeline for Bossier Parish.
Yeah, and it's exactly that, but also just like with all of these new players, it's safe to say big shoes to fill from the year before.
Certainly, and I know we touched on it before, but when in doubt, there was always somebody that could step in when they needed to and fill a void that was gaping open and had to be filled, and players might really need to contribute. And for the main guy, an example, Dylan Grego. You see him at that spot in the lineup, and things are getting dire, and here comes Dylan Grego on the on-deck circle. You know things are going to be just fine. So there was a lot of star power and a lot of well-rounded talent able to kind of bail the team out of some dicey situations. Hopefully this class can do the same.
The beautiful thing about it, Dylan, not just with this season, but for this show, We are just getting started. When we return, we will be joined by manager Rich Maloney. You are listening to the Ball State Preview Show on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
We are back with the Ball State Baseball Preview Show. I'm Roen Elbert. That's Dylan Budd. Joining us here in the studio, Ball State head coach Rich Maloney. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great. Glad to have you guys here, and exciting night with our first pitch dinner.
Exactly. Couldn't look forward to it even more. But, Coach, this new team, a new-look team to say the least, what stands out about this group compared to last year?
Well, pretty much all the college teams these days have about 20 new guys. And this has been the last couple of years. So the landscape of college athletics has changed. It's changed in our sport in baseball. And so you have to integrate a large group of guys into your culture because the culture is your strength. And it's been one of the reasons why we've been fairly consistent for a long period of time. And I'm real proud of the guys because they integrated real fast. And I really like this team. I mean, they're really together. They pull for one another. There's some talent here without question. And I'm excited to see them compete against somebody else because you really don't know what the other team has either because they're doing the same thing. So it's kind of like until you play somebody – until we even get in the league, how do you even pick somebody who could be the favorite or not the favorite because you don't even know what the other roster is anymore?
You had mentioned that college landscape has changed certainly with the presence of NIL and all that good stuff. So certainly much tougher for the mid-major level. How different has the recruiting process become?
Well, here's how the change is. Back in the day, and now I started a long time ago, this is year 31. So back in the day, they didn't even have showcases. And so you could outwork somebody, and by your network, you would find a player. Somebody would say, hey, one of your friends would say, hey, I saw this guy play. You should go see him. Take us to today where it's all on the computer because it's moving so fast. I hardly got to places to see these guys. I saw a handful of them, but a lot of the decisions have to be made through watching tape, a lot of tape, talking to some coaches that you don't know. Because now you can recruit a little differently than back in the day. We were a Midwest team. Now, if you look at our roster, we got them from all over the place, literally all over the place, across the country. So your reach is greater. Your chance for error is greater because you don't get to know the kids as much, and you're making decisions that affect the future of the team. But I think my son Alex, who's our recruiting coordinator, did a really good job in vetting and discovering these guys, and we were able to close the deal and bring a good group of guys here. I think it's going to be highly competitive, and like I say, we got a very tough early season schedule, so it'll be a test. But in the fall, we played IU really well, and we played Butler well, so I was pleased with that. So I'm encouraged, but it remains to be seen. So we got to kind of hold our cards to our chest right now and let the guys play.
Yeah, this is your 21st year at Ball State. So 31 years in coaching, just what do you learn now? What do you keep learning now that even this far into your tenure?
Well, you're always learning. It's funny because we got Mike Johnston, who was a former player of mine my first tenure here, then became an Army Ranger, amazing young man. But anyway, we were talking about that very thing right now, and I said, boy, Mike, I wish I would have known the things I know now with the group that I had then. And it's easy to say that. Everybody could say that. But that's just how much you keep evolving. You keep striving to get better. You learn different things over time from different people, and you implement certain things. Some things stick, some things don't, but you keep trying to be better at your craft. But the one thing that never changes is relationships. The NCAA, by the way they're doing the NIL stuff, is making some of these decisions seem transactional. But for me, at the core of everything, the reason why you coach is relationships. So you go to guys' weddings, they send you pictures when they have babies, and you have conversations later, and you both sometimes when things may not be going well, and a lot of times when celebration for things that they've accomplished way beyond the baseball years. I mean, that's why you coach. And if you're in it for any other reason than that, then I'm not a win-at-all-cost guy. We win a lot, but I'm not a win-at-all-cost guy. So the relationships mean a lot. I think that'll never change.
You had mentioned that relationships are very crucial, and when you look at this class of transfers, there are a few guys that have mutual schools. I mean, Baja Parish Community College, Heartland Community College in Illinois, and then Jacksonville State. Is there a pipeline brewing there, and how important are those relationships?
That's a great question, and we hope it is because, again, you build relationships, and if the kids have good experiences here, then the coach will be eager to, and the kid will be eager to tell the coach that, hey, man, you should send somebody over to Ball State. So we're hoping that be the case because, like I say, the reach is greater, and now that you're getting a lot of transfer guys and you're taking less freshmen, that's the person who gets hurt in this new era of college athletics is the rookies. Because reality, if you stay older, you have a better chance of winning. I mean, a 22-year-old's normally better than an 18-year-old. And so physically, mentally, emotionally, the whole gamut. Now, every once in a while, we've had a lot of freshman All-Americans, so we've had our fair share of really great players right out of high school. But the way the landscape is now, people are staying older. So, yeah, it's I hope we do have pipeline because it's so competitive. It is so competitive out there right now, and it's so fast. Before, we just didn't have to move like we have to move now.
Yeah, and finally, Coach, last question. For this group, what will it take to win the MAC title?
Yeah, I think we're going to have a couple guys are going to have to really step up in the pitching realm. The last two seasons, we didn't pitch as good as we need to. And I think that'll be the big key because if we have some arms here that are really talented, now can they be consistent? And if they are, then we got a real shot. I like our lineup a lot. I think we'll defend. Last year we were the number one team in fielding until the Mid-American Conference tournament. So if you ended the regular season, we were number one in the NCAA. Afterwards, I think we might have finished 5th or something because we lost a percentage point in the MAC tournament. We made like 2 errors and it cost us a point. But nevertheless, I think we're going to be solid. I don't know that we'll do that. I couldn't have predicted that. But I'm, if you field well, you throw strikes, you get timely hitting, you're going to win games. And so I'm excited. I'm excited. I think the guys got a real chance. But again, I don't know what the rest of the league has. I only can speak for us, but I'm happy with where we're at as a team, and I'm looking forward to seeing these guys compete, see where we got to get better, and see what the positives are, and try to prepare ourselves after these first 12 games for Mid-American Conference play when we come back to Muncie and play Central Michigan.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for your time. Coming up next, we have outfielder Gavin Bayless joining this show. Thank you once again for your time.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
We'll be right back with the Ball State Baseball Preview Show on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
Back with the Ball State Baseball Preview Show. I'm Roen Elbert. That's Dylan Budd. Joining us in the studio, a returner for this Ball State team, outfielder Gavin Bayless. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, great. So, Gavin, it's year 2 as a Cardinal. What brought you back into the fold for your final year?
What brought me back is just, everything here is just amazing. Everything about it, my teammates, Coach Maloney is awesome. Even just everything about it here, it's just great here.
Yeah, so also going into this year compared to last year, obviously it was a really good year. You batted above 300. What do you look to improve on?
Honestly, what I look to improve on is, trying to drive the baseball a little bit more to the gaps, but I'm only really focused about winning here. I really want a MAC championship, and I also want to make a regional appearance as well. So that's all I'm really focused on.
When you say drive a ball into a gap and trying to prepare for that, what does that look like for you in the offseason?
Just getting stronger in the weight room. I feel like I'm a pretty wiry build, and I feel like I got a lot stronger, and yeah.
We've been talking about it quite a bit earlier in the show about community colleges and the jump from that. Last year, you made the jump from Mott Community College over to Ball State. What was that transition like?
The transition at first was, a little different. JUCO is, I don't know how to put it. The JUCO, like the area I was playing in, it's good ball, but like here it's a different level of ball. So it's just like understanding like a lot of the pitchers are throwing a lot more different pitches instead of like, just fastball, curveballs. Like pitchers at this level now are throwing cutters, sinkers, splitters, like stuff like that. So that's what took me a little bit to get used to, but I got used to it pretty quick. So
With more time now in Muncie, how well acclimated have you become with the campus and the community?
I became real acclimated. At first this area is kind of like home to me now, but like at first it was a little getting used to. It's similar to my hometown, but I found ways to keep myself busy and everything around here. And once I figured out campus and everything, I was full go. I loved it here and everything about it. So.
Yeah, just for some background, where did you grow up and like what are the similarities of Muncie in your hometown?
See, I grew up in Flint, Michigan, so I don't know if it's very similar. The area is kind of, I wouldn't say the best, but growing up, it wasn't as easy as most places, but we had like a water crisis and stuff like that. So like getting out is like kind of what everyone's goal is around there. So like that was my goal, to get out and be my best version of myself. But Muncie is a lot better. I love the area. I'd recommend people to come here, just to live and everything like that. So.
Yeah, going back to Flint, were you there for the water crisis? What did that look like?
Yes, I was there for the water crisis. So my junior college is actually in Flint, Michigan. So like even when I was in junior college, they still had the water like closed off. You couldn't really use it as much and stuff like that. So like it still affects people to this day. It's not completely fixed as people seem it is, but they're doing everything they can with what they're given. So
You had mentioned being the best version of yourself, and that doesn't necessarily apply to baseball.
Yes.
Off of the field, what does it mean for you?
See, we just had like a leadership meeting and stuff, and I took a lot of things from it, and like routine is very important to me. I think the way you wake up in the morning, it's how you start your day and everything like that, and staying true to what you believe in and what you think is going to better yourself. So, when I wake up in the morning, I eat food, make sure my weight, cuz I'm still trying to gain weight as well, so I stay true to eating early in the morning, eating throughout the day, doing what I need for baseball, also getting my schoolwork done. And if you have a routine, it keeps you motivated and dialed in at something that you want to achieve and do better at. So
I'm just curious, what's your off-season training routine like?
My off-season routine is I obviously run a lot, which I know most people might not do, but that's just kind of my play style. So I have to make sure my legs are always fresh, I'm moving, and I tend to hit a lot on the tee by myself because it's just calming mentally and peaceful to just be able to do my own thing in my own like area. But a lot of us guys will come together, and because we all have the same goals, obviously, we want to win, we want to be the best for each other, because this is it's all about the team at the end of the day. So we grab big groups of people and bring them together, and we hit together. It might be the infielders hit with each other that day, or maybe I hit with some outfielders. It just depends on the day, to be honest. And obviously, in the weight room, we hit it really hard. Coach Z is great. Couldn't ask for a better person. He's got us really good in the weight room. So, and that's pretty much what we do all off season, just baseball.
This is going to be a question that I'm likely going to ask everybody that joins us at the desk, but what's your walk-up song going to be this year?
Ooh, so there's Worth It by YK Osiris. I know you guys probably heard it last year. It's something I did in JUCO as like, a fun little, just something for the boys, because we were talking about it, and it kind of stuck with me. And I'm a little superstitious, and, I've always rocked with that song throughout junior college, so I know I kept it for this year too. And then there's two other songs I have. It's How I've Been by NBA Youngboy, and also, actually no, it's not by NBA Youngboy, it's by Flip De Niro and Lil Baby, I think. And then I'm So Paid by Akon. So those are my three this year. So
and in turn, what makes a good walk-up song?
Ooh, I don't know. For me, it's the lyrics. Something about the lyrics just to get me mentally prepared, because like I said, for routine, like, I have a strict routine that I do every time I go up to the plate too. So like some of those lyrics and like music I like to listen to calms me when I'm in the box and everything. So just hearing it before just helps out, keeps me, going.
And going back to YK Osiris, I remember last year, I'm not just saying this because you're right here, I was thinking that is one of the best walk-up songs on the team.
Yeah, so usually the other team has a lot to say about it, but, it's competition. We're here to beat them, so I don't really like stay in tune with all that, but I can hear the chirps every once in a while from them, which I like. It gets the game going and everything like that.
You briefly touched that you're a superstitious guy, and there tends to be a common theme with baseball players, and it looks different for everybody. Yeah. What does it look like for you?
Okay, so my batting gloves, I'll wear those until I feel like they're not working anymore. So there's been times where they'll be like finger sockets, basically. There's no glove on the palm, and I'll wear those. Also, just the routine that I do during a game day is also pretty much identically the same. Unless it's going bad, then I just forget it and just play ball. But if it's going well, I try to stick to the same routine that I've been, because I'm pretty big on routine. So also my cleats, I'll pretty much completely go through the sole of them. So there's pretty much no sole in my cleat, and I ran them out last year. I had no sole in my cleat at all when I was playing, and that's just some little things that I do. Also, if I usually pine tar my bat up before every AB or something like that, or swing the bat away 2 or 3 times, and it has to be 2 or 3 times, then I'll put it down. And that's just some of the little superstitious things that I do. So.
Well, Gavin, we appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. We'll be right back with the Ball State Baseball Preview Show with Jacob Gillis when we return.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Back with the Ball State Baseball Preview Show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Joining us, one of the newcomers on this Ball State team, first baseman Jacob Gillis. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, Jacob, new to Muncie. What have you been liking about the town so far?
I mean, really just the team and being with the guys. I mean, it's more than I could have hoped for coming in here. And, I mean, we love being together, and we all live close by. Love the roommates. It's been a great time so far.
What's really stood out to me when looking into you, you're Canadian. What's the baseball culture like in Canada?
I mean, it's a lot about playing in the cold weather, so kind of used to this right now. But, yeah, we grow up playing only 6 months a year, so really getting into the year-round when we get to college is kind of the biggest step. And then like this, playing in the cold weather, I'm not really scared for March 6th. It's going to be a pretty normal time for me.
How was the adjustment from adjusting to a 6-month season to a full-on, there is no off-season kind of mentality here in the States?
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but, I mean, we play hockey in Canada, so it's pretty year-round. But focusing on one sport, I mean, it gives you a lot of opportunity to improve. I've seen a lot of development over the last couple of years playing 12 months a year instead of 6.
Are you a skilled hockey player? I have to ask.
I wasn't when I played, more of a physical, but I more skilled than I guess American.
So you're more of a ground and pound type of guy?
Was a ground and pound.
Are you the best hockey player on this team, you think?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's all that matters, right?
Yes, sir.
We might have to put that to the test sometime. I don't know how, but we should. But going back to the JUCO level, playing there, what was your JUCO experience like?
I love my junior college more than anything. I mean, it's a grind. The hours, the school, you know, and that's your first experience. I mean, we were put through it. We were grinded, and I mean, I had an opportunity to win a championship last year, so I love my JUCO experience, and I think it did everything to prepare me for Ball State.
Yeah, winning a title last season, just take us through what's going through your head when you get that final out and you win that title.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. I mean, it's what we were planning for all year, right? That's the moment we wanted, and we got there. We didn't get the World Series, but the Region 14 title was what we were gunning for, and we got that. We won our conference. It was pretty cool.
What was the timeline, and what did it look like in the transfer process to come here?
It was late. It was honestly really late, and it was scary for a long time, but I believe everything happens for a reason, and the Lord had a plan, and I ended up at Ball State like I belong.
Yeah, how did you adjust to that, knowing that, you know, maybe time was ticking?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. You know, you go to bed every night, like, wondering if you're still going to play baseball. But, I mean, when I could put my head on my pillow and say I'm going to be a Division I baseball player, it was a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, so with that doubt in mind, when you finally got the call from Rich Maloney, what kind of checked off the boxes for you?
I mean, it was everything about the program, from the culture to, I mean, we wear grit across our shirts. So, I mean, that's what I was raised on. And that's the people I want to be around. I mean, the team, like, working hard in the gym, 5 a.m. lifts, 5 a.m. on the football field. Like, it's the type of people I want to be around. So, I mean, that was what stood out most to me and why I'm most excited to be here.
It seems like you guys are very bought in. We've talked to Coach Maloney. We talked to Gavin just earlier, and there's a common theme that there's a lot of commitment from the get-go. What does it look like from your perspective on how dialed in your squad is already?
I mean, yeah, it's been like this since August when we all got here. There's a common goal, and I really believe we're all bought into that common goal, and it's a real possibility. If we weren't bought in, then it wouldn't be a possibility. So we've done the first part of buying in. We've put in all the work, and now it's time to go show it on the field.
Yeah, finally, Jacob, last question. What will it take for this team? I know you're new here and you're new to the culture, but from your eyes, your perspective, what will it take for this team to win the MAC tournament?
Hit, pitch, and field, I think, like every other level, like every other conference. And I think we have the ability to do that. I mean, our pitchers have been dicing indoors. We've had a lot of barrels, and I think we practice defense more than any other team in the country. So I think we just put it all together, and we'll be a damn good team.
You know it. Thank you, Jacob, for your time.
I appreciate you having me.
We'll be back with more of the Ball State Baseball Preview Show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Next up, Keegan Johnson when we return.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Ranked number 1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State Sports Link with Sports Link Digital Radio. Back with the Ball State Baseball Preview Show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Joining us in the studio, pitcher, the ace of this Ball State rotation, it's Keegan Johnson. How are you doing?
Great. How are you guys?
Not too bad. So, Keegan, year 3 as a Cardinal, just with the culture and all, what do you enjoy most about being a part of this team?
Yeah, I love how hands-on our coaches are. I love the bond we have as a team. The returners, everyone knows each other super well. We're very welcoming of the new guys, and I think that just helps us gel phenomenally. And I think that's what I enjoy most is the camaraderie that our team has.
Yeah, being one of the few returners of this team, how have you been able to welcome the new guys?
Yeah, like I said, once you know, as a returner, once you know all the other returners very well, it becomes easy to welcome in new guys, especially roommates. You have a guy move out. It's easy when there's 3 guys in the house to welcome another one to make it 4. But just understanding what coach expects and understanding what the program is, it's easy for new guys to get adjusted when there's a solid foundation set by the returners.
When it comes to welcoming those new guys and building that team camaraderie early, what does that look like?
Yeah, so it looks like a lot of early morning practices, bonding over the struggles of getting up early, and it also looks like hanging out at each other's houses, having fun outside of practice, going to classes together, all that stuff that you think of when you think of normal students outside of practice.
Yeah, and you seem like a guy when you're on the mound, you are locked in on the goal, but what goes through your mind when you're out there pitching?
Yeah, not much. The situation, obviously, what's expected of me, trying to help the team win, what I need to do each pitch. Just trying to focus on that next at bat, that next hitter, without letting too much else get in there.
Yeah, and so far with your time at Ball State, what pitches have you worked on the most and what have developed the most?
Yeah, so I've always been able to throw a slider, curveball, anything that breaks from a left-handed pitcher, but definitely the changeup has been a struggle of mine. So I've spent a lot of time working on that. Fastball command obviously has been a big focus as well. But I would say definitely the changeup. Just trying to hammer down that for better command to help the other two pitches.
When you're practicing pitches such as those, especially the ones that break, is it more of experimenting with different things, or is it fine-tuning a foundation that you have already?
Yeah, so it's really important to have a good focal point, especially on bigger pitches, sweepers, sliders, curveballs. It's really important to have that starting point because then you know through thousands and thousands of reps where it's going to break to, where it's going to land. And then once you figure that out, you're just kind of changing your sights depending on the situation. If it's 2 strikes, you want the ball a little lower. You set your sights instead of maybe the catcher's mask. You set it as his chest plate.
Yeah, maybe not to get too technical, but when you're working with a new catcher and you're showing him these breaking balls that you throw, how do you walk him through that?
Yeah, so it's really important to have that communication between pitcher and catcher. Bullpens are vitally important for that. But a lot of it has to do with where you want the catcher to set up specifically. So say on a given day I'm struggling on change of command, I might ask him to set up a little more glove side so that I can get the ball to my glove side. So hopefully that kind of corrects me leaving the ball arm side to get it across the plate as a changeup is going to break left on a left-handed pitcher. So I try to have him set up right to counteract that movement.
You've spent a couple of years now in Muncie, and I'm sure there's some stark differences from Maryland. I want to ask your perspective on, the Northeast level of baseball in comparison to the Midwest.
Yeah, I think it's very comparable. So I played all through the Mid-Atlantic, especially through high school and playing travel baseball. But I'd say, a lot of the games we play here, the first 12 games we have here are all against Southern opponents, and I guess Hawaii as well. But I'd say it's comparable. The weather's comparable, so that means baseball players are outside similar amounts, whereas in the South you can start playing a month earlier or all year round as opposed to maybe the Midwest or the Northeast where you can't really get outside until March.
The way I view pitching is it's a mental game. Keegan, how do you win the mental game?
Yeah, so I have a lot of experience pitching. I've been pitching my whole life, and I think that's still the hardest part of my game, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But it helps to just have one goal, one focus, and I always just say that's the next pitch. When you focus on one thing, like the next pitch, it makes it easier where you're not swamped about thinking about runners or what your coach is thinking or what your catcher's thinking or too much about the situation. Or even standings or stats, stuff like that. But when you're focused on just the next pitch and winning that next pitch, it makes it all calm down and it makes your mind a little clearer.
You said you've been pitching your whole life. When did the love for baseball start, and pitching especially?
Yeah. So I've always played multiple sports. I played football and baseball throughout high school. I definitely started breaking out as a baseball player my sophomore and junior year of high school. But I'd say the love has always been there. I've loved to throw things, throw rocks, throw footballs, throw baseballs, and pitching just gives me the avenue to do that.
Finally, Keegan, last question. What will it take for this team this season to win a MAC title?
Yeah, it's going to take us sticking together. I know we have the talent to do it. We just have to stay healthy, stay committed to that goal of winning a MAC championship. But I believe in this group. I believe in our staff. I believe in our position players. And I think if we stay together, stay the course, I think we'll get it done.
Thank you so much for your time, Keegan.
Yes, thank you, guys.
We'll be back with more of the Ball State Baseball Preview Show. Up next, the finale. Mike Johnston, U.S. Army Ranger and former Ball State baseball pitcher when we return.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Ranked #1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State Sports Link with Sports Link Digital Radio. We are back with the Ball State Baseball Preview Show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Joining us for the finale of our show, I mean, we saved the best for last, Dylan. We have Ball State alumnus, class of 2002, drafted by the San Francisco Giants, U.S. Army Ranger, Mike Johnston. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm excellent, fellas. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, not too bad. So, Mike, what's changed about the program from when you were here to now, from what you've seen?
I think the first thing I noticed was just how the program has been able to expand to be able to recruit and bring talent into the program from a lot bigger area of the country, right? I think back when I was here, when I got on campus in 1999, if I remember correctly, it was pretty much a collection of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and maybe a couple Michigan guys. And then just listening to the boys introduce themselves at the camp this morning, you're hearing the Alabamas and the Mississippis and the Californias. And I think that's really exciting to see because it just shows progression of the program and you know, getting word out about the successes to more folks and being able to bring in excellent talent. So that's fun to see.
Do you think that makes a team culture better, that there's so many faces from so many places and different perspectives?
You know, I think that the culture is really defined when everybody gets here anyway, right? I mean, everybody has to go through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I think when you have to grind it out with the group, that's what's going to create your culture. Now, does it certainly help diversify and bring other points of views and experiences and styles of ball into the mix to have people from all over 100%? But I think that really the bulk of that stuff takes place when, you know, you hit those first few practices and they tell you to not even bring your glove and just bring your running shoes and stuff like that, right? So, yeah, but it's awesome to see everybody come together, regardless of where you're from, to all work towards a goal. When you first got into Muncie yesterday, what memories started to flood back to you? Oh man, so many. You know, when you spend 5 years of your life here in your early 20s, and you start to think about all the amazing times you had and the excellent teammates you had, you know, it all comes rushing back right away. I was able to meet my wife here my junior year, so of course a lot of that stuff. But then again, at the same time, you see a lot of change too. I was gonna show my boys La Follette and say, hey, this is where your dad's dorm was, but that's not a thing anymore. So
it's just a field now.
Yeah, I mean, seeing changes like that are excellent, because again, that just shows improvement, not only the university, but going to the indoor facility here across the street. See, we didn't have any of that stuff when I was here. So, but to answer the question, yeah, it brings back so many excellent memories of hanging out with the guys and competing at a high level and all the hard work. So it's been fantastic to be here for sure.
And then post-playing, drafted by the San Francisco Giants, what did it mean to you to be drafted by an MLB organization?
It was obviously a tremendous honor that a pro team would consider you for a pick. I mean, I was just talking with a couple of the guys about that today. It was that's so much farther past what my expectations are. It's almost kind of hard to articulate. When I got to campus and was given an opportunity to compete on the team, I did not have a really impressive resume. I had not been drafted out of high school. I was a dude with a work ethic and a frame, right? And so I think to be able to be in that situation, I had accomplished so many goals up to that point that I didn't even really see as reality when I got here. That it's sort of hard to describe what that's like when you get there for sure. But it was an honor for sure.
You mentioned that you were just a kid with a really good work ethic. And as we've talked to some of the guys and Coach Maloney as well earlier in this show, we've seen a common trend of guys being dialed in, guys having great work ethic. And how important are those intangibles for not just one, but all as a collective unit?
Well, it's everything, really, because I think that when you play the game long enough and you play either here summer teams or wherever, I know nowadays it's pretty common to play at more than one university along the stop. I think that we can all think of those few athletes over the years that had all the talent, but they didn't have the drive and the motivation. And talent can get you a long way, but I would probably submit that a grind and a work ethic is more valuable. You'll just figure out a way to win, and you'll figure out a way to get to that next level. And if you can get enough of those mindsets together, then you're going to be tough to beat almost no matter what.
I'm just curious, when did you know that you wanted to serve your country and become an Army Ranger?
So it's all in my speech. I'm gonna give it all away now, but no, just kidding. Yeah, I think that when I got here, just because of the things I talked about a little bit, I saw that there was a path forward to play at the next level, but I saw what it looked like for guys that were probably going to be able to get their kids through college playing baseball, and I knew that wasn't me. So I had to start thinking about, all right, well, if it's not baseball, what's it going to be? You don't want to be figuring these things out your senior year, late your second semester, and then you're like, oh man, I have not used my time wisely on the next step, right? So I believe it was at some point in my sophomore year, I'd really put a lot of thought into what my next step looked like, and eventually came to that decision that at the time we didn't even know if we could work it out scheduling wise, but it was right about that. So I think my first semester with that program would have been the fall semester of in 2001, I believe that was it.
Yeah, from what I've been told, the one thing that baseball and the military have in common is the camaraderie. How do those compare?
They're very similar, actually. Obviously, when you're in the Army or if you're in a combat arms unit, you're probably going to be in situations that are life and death, and that's obviously very different than what happens or doesn't happen on a baseball field. But as far as the group gelling to come together to accomplish something, I would say it's more similar than probably what a lot of people think.
Yeah, so just to be able to serve your country, when you think about that, when you reflect on that, what does that mean to you?
Well, it was obviously it's the highest honor of my life. That's professionally. I got a family and stuff too. That's pretty great. But I think that we're very fortunate that, you know, when you get over there and you experience some of the things that I did, it really gives you an appreciation for all the men and women that serve our country and you know, either put their lives on hold to go do that, or you know, what the personal professional sacrifices are made just to make sure that we can continue on to have our excellent way of life and do shows like this and get together and talk about it. I mean, that's it's a really special thing, and it's very easy to take it for granted while you have it, right? So it's an honor, and it's been again a huge honor to see that continues on with our armed forces, and we still have and hopefully for the foreseeable future have men and women that are willing to go put their lives on the line for their country. So it's a really great thing to be able to witness firsthand, for sure.
So your resume includes Division I pitcher, San Francisco Giant, serving time in the U.S. Army as a Ranger. At this stage in your life, what's the next step?
Well, so right now I serve as a division vice president for a company called Waste Connections, and so we pick up and haul waste and bury it and do sustainable, awesome things with it and all that. I know that the WM is going on right now, so there's a lot of trash talk in the media. But they're a competitor of ours. Obviously, our company is one of the three largest in the company or in the country. That one and another one. So, you know, really, I spend about 2 minutes of my day talking about garbage specifically. It's way more about managing the 750 people in the division, and the company has about 24,000 employees. So, as a leadership group, it's really all about taking care of the people that work with us and for us, and making sure that they have everything they need. So that's what I'm doing now, and it requires 110% of my effort and energy. And then obviously the goal moving forward, if the company sees fit to allow me to impact more people one day, then that would be an honor. But really, the way I've sort of always operated is that you know, you just have to stay 100% focused on what you're doing right now, and then the next steps will happen. With my kids obviously playing baseball now, 12 and 14, if I'm not doing work, I'm very, very plugged in and helping coach them in baseball and doing all that. So I think that the number one goal is to make sure a family stays happy and healthy, and then if I stay focused, professional stuff just takes care of itself. So.
What people might not realize is that in some short minutes from now, you're going to go up there and deliver a killer speech at this event. So what do you want these players, when they hear you speak, what do you want them to take away from this?
There's a few messages in there, but I think more important than any is that this is a really hard thing that they're doing. It's really easy to get so focused on either the next level in athletics or what the season holds that sometimes you sort of forget to enjoy it while you're going through it. Athletes at a high level tend to put so much pressure on themselves that you kind of forget to stop and smell the roses sometimes. But I know these guys have heard it from former players before, but a part of it is to make sure that you cherish the moment with your teammates, because it's almost impossible to replicate what they're doing later in life. And then obviously there's a lot about just making sure that they're taking the skill set that they've learned here, that the discipline, and figuring out how to fold that into whatever the next chapter of their life is, whether that's in athletics or professionally. They're getting molded to be something very special right now, whether they know it or not. So.
And finally, Mike, the last question. You've lived quite the life. You've done so many things, but going back to the game of baseball, what did baseball teach you about life?
Well, I think as a pitcher, probably first thing that comes to mind is you have to have a short memory. You know, you cannot be dwelling on the last pitch when you go to throw the next one. And I think that's a pretty good life skill right there too. And just as my career sort of played itself out, that you just have to have faith in your work ethic and trust the process. And if you work hard enough and you stay focused enough, good things are going to happen to you. And so I think looking back on it, I think those two things are very true for me, and they're surely true for everybody that's sitting out there in a uniform right now.
Mike, I really appreciate you taking the time, and I just want to go out of my way to say this now. Tremendous respect for you.
Oh, shoot. I appreciate that. That's very nice, and thank you guys for having me on.
Of course. And that'll do it for the Ball State Baseball Preview Show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. The Ball State Cardinals kick off the season February 13th in Florida, taking on St. John's. But until then, I'm Roen Elbert. That's Dylan Budd. That's Mike Johnston. And good night, Muncie.
Go Cards.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.